Arratsaldeon, buenas tardes, good afternoon. I was told to make this speech in English, so I will do so. The presentation of this new program for Navarra is Navarra Ambassadors. I will skip this. I'm the regional minister for industry. And it was 4 years ago, it was in 21 that I was invited to the University of Navarra to give a speech about how was our regional strategy. It's what the European Union called smart specialization strategy, something, it's an issue I want to explain that it will be too long. But the thing is that I was told to go there for foreign students. So I was giving this speech. After this speech, I invited the students to visit the headquarters of the government, what we call the Palace of Navarra. And they came, so we established a certain connection. And during these talks, I mean, we started assuming that people was very happy, students were very happy in Navarra, but they didn't know much about what Navarra is and what kind of opportunities Navarra offers, or what kind of industry does Navarra have. So it was the first approach. So we need to do something. There are thousands of students coming every year to study in Navarra. And I see many of you, I'm sure that you know very well the Estafeta Street, San Nicolas, and places like this. But I'm sure that if I tell you that we are the 6th power in frozen foods, for example, in the world, that probably you have never heard of this, no? That if I tell you that we have 9 technological centers in Navarra, perhaps it's 9 for a population of 670,000, is quite a lot. That we were pioneers, we will see later on, in wind energy production. So the wind towers that you see every day next here in El Perdón is the first wind farm of Europe. It's already 31 years old. And it's not only that it's the first one. Those windmills were designed, were invented with technology that was created in Navarra. So things like this, I think it's important to know about what we are in Navarra. So we started thinking what we can do. So the first thing was, okay, this is only an intuition, an approach that we may believe that is like that. We need to make a deep study. We need to be sure that what we are saying, what we think is reflected in data. So we called one consultancy, Zavala Innovation Consulting, and they send us one person who is seated here that today is working with us in the government indeed. His life has changed a little in the last years, but he was in charge of making this research study. So what we do have in Navarra, what kind of students, nationalities, so on. And it was, they were doing a lot of different questions. For instance, I mean, what do I know from Navarra? And as said, Estafeta Street, everybody, but the Pyrenees, not that much, for instance. No? So this is the first clue. I say, okay, students, normal. I mean, you need to go out. It's part of the student life. But what kind of, how can you valorate? I mean, what is Navarra for you? No, and we could see that, for instance, the quality of life is very well evaluated by foreign students. How we live here and how we take care of our environment. And this too, I must tell that it's not a surprise, because for tourists that we make a big report every 2 years. It's exactly the same answers. So for tourists coming to Navarra, the first thing they like about Navarra is not only the environment, it's how we take care of it. They see clean streets, but when they go to the mountain, everything is nice to see. And so, but then there were some questions in which, okay, innovation, not very well known. So it's a part of, of what students, foreign students, may see us. In that pool, in that questionnaire, there were some concrete questions as well. I'm only taking some of them because it was really a deep study. But for instance, I already told frozen vegetables. We are producing the 70% of all the frozen vegetable production, industry production in Spain. We're the sixth power in the world in this field. Do you know that? Not really. Do you know that we have factories that are elaborating fuselage? I don't know this in English how to say. All the structure of the plane. And we do have companies that are working on that, and they have contracts since 3 decades for Airbus or Boeing. I was telling you about the renewable energy, or that we are one of the regions in Europe with the largest industrial GDP. It's more than 30%. European Union average in what the industry represents in the economy in Europe is 18%. So for Navarra, it's 31%. So it's really, we are a very industrial region. So in summary, what was reflected on the polls was that the students were very, very happy. They know very well all the city centers and things like that. They evaluate the quality of life, environment, and so on. But as I say, they are not really thinking to stay in Navarra for work after they have finished their studies. So when we were doing the question, once you finish, okay, many of them, they want to go back to their country of origin. That's normal. But if we see this row, work in Spain or work in Navarra, we see the difference. So it's clear that the students don't appreciate that there could be opportunities to work and develop in the first years of work in Navarra. That was very clear. And why? It is clear. So personal reasons, whatever. But one of the answers was exactly that. We don't know. Yeah, is there? I don't remember. ¿Te acuerdas a cuántos eran? 4.000 estudiantes, ¿no? Es que no tengo el dato ahora, no me acuerdo.
2 years ago, when we performed the study, however, I think more than 50% of the international students of the University of Navarra were answering the question.
And it's about 4,000, isn't it? So with 4,000 students, more than half were answering the questions. So I think it's a very good deep study to reflect all this data. Oui. Wow. And what is the positive or negative in order to develop the professional career in Navarra? So it's the size. This is quite draw, but the quality of life, security, environment are always very well evaluated, but it is true. It is not, we with the people that we live here, I have lived abroad as well, but living here is, and when you go out, to go back home alone 3 o'clock at night and you feel relatively safe. This is not that usual in many other continents of the world. So security is, as you see, very well evaluated. Why do you don't like? What do you don't like is the connections. Okay, that is true. Something that there is a big debate here also. The lack of flight connections or more trains in order to go to Madrid or Barcelona, for instance. That's true. So, yo creo que ya, ¿verdad? Me quedo aquí. The thing is that we conceive this because if you are here for 2 years, 4 years, wherever you are studying, you need to visualize one industry or two industries, or I mean, it's not only about the university is fantastic. I'm sure that going out friends are fantastic as well, but we want you to visit some companies in this period, just to keep you the image in your mind that when you were visiting Navarra, you were visiting, for instance, Volkswagen factory, or you were visiting this frozen or any other industry that is developing their products in the world. For instance, we have one company here, it's called Viscofan. Viscofan elaborates all the case of the sausages. Every 2 sausages up to 3 that are eaten in the United States are produced here, for instance. So it could be nice, no? And it could be very important for us. Then you can become ambassadors. Imagine to visit Viscofan to see how they produce this, how they created the company in the 70s, how they are already enlarged in order to be a company of 6,000 workers all over the world. They have factories in the 5 continents and so on. And all that is here in Navarra. So the idea of this program, of course, is if we can convince some of you to stay here, that will be great. But what do we want is just to have another image of Navarra, to have this image that Navarra is industry, it's about industrial development, and that we have a top industry in digitalization, in twin transition, I mean in energy, in circular economy, and all that. And once, if you decide to come back to your home, just to keep this in your head. That in Navarra, we are 670,000 people, but we are very innovative. We work a lot. We are very serious, perhaps too much sometimes. But of course that we like to have you now, and we would like to have and never to lose the contact with you once you have finished your studies. Miren.
I think so. So thank you very much for coming. Good afternoon and welcome. It is wonderful to see you all here, coming from many different countries and cultures. So thank you very much for coming. I will try to explain to you what the program consists of. We do believe that international students like you have a very special perspective and very valuable insights to share. And that's why we have designed this program together with the result of the study that Mikel has already explained. Together, hand in hand with the 2 universities in Navarra, the Public University of Navarra and the University of Navarra, both here today. Thank you. And we wanted you to become advocates for Navarra's strength. So our main goal is to equip you with the knowledge and the tools to showcase the many strengths of Navarra. So, what is that? So, we want you to share, to highlight the opportunities, the diverse opportunities of employment in our companies, in the companies that are shaping the future here in our region. Of course, we would like you to share the idea that Navarra is a prime destination for tourism and leisure. Well, of course, thirdly, we we would like you to showcase the thriving community of entrepreneurs where all the innovation and creativity flourishes here in Navarra. And in, well, of what Mikel said before, the minister, Navarra is a place with a very high quality of life, people are happy, it's a green, pollution-free region, and with a rich culture. Well, we will speak about all that later with other speakers. Anyway, so let's dig a little bit more in what your role would be as an ambassador. So we do want you to take a very active role in shaping, I would say, the narrative of Navarra abroad and here too. So we would like you to embody our values and the objectives of the program. That means I would say, to embrace our commitment with innovation and with cultural exchange, with all these characteristics in our region. We would like you to promote our achievements, our opportunities, and our attractions, of course. And there is another very specific activity we would like you to do, that is to take a very active role in sharing in social networks your experiences, your insights, and what you discover here in Navarra. Because imagine the impact that will make. You will connect with other potential students, potential investors, building bridges. So it's a very nice activity we would like you to take part in. Okay. And, but what do we offer to you in exchange? So the mentoring program, we will speak about it later, so I won't speak a lot about it. We do know you are really interested in this program because of the information you gave to us in the registrations. So let's go ahead. Talking about what the minister said, we have chosen very carefully different companies representing the key sectors in our region. So we will visit Ultracongelados Virto, a leader in the agri-food sector. There you will see how they use cutting-edge technology to produce high-quality frozen vegetables that are consumed all over the world. CNTA, the National Agri-Food Technology Center, a hub of innovation in this. We could say that this center is shaping the future of the agri-food sector. M. Torres as well, so that is an aeronautical and converting industrial sector leader. And finally, Acciona, which is a very well-known company in renewable energies. That is. So there you will have the opportunity not only to see, but to interact with professionals, to ask questions. So I think that could give you a very nice and complete idea of our key sectors, strategic sectors, and the position we are in regarding innovation and dynamism. Some photos of the companies. But not everything is work. So, as I said before, Navarra is a very interesting destination for tourism, so we will try to combine our visits to companies with some tourism. So we will visit different areas for you to know the gastronomy, the heritage, I don't think the fiesta, not at this time, but anyway. And that's it. So we would be happy if all of you could take part in this program. But depending on the quantity of applications, we will have to select those among you that meet better our aims and our objectives. But so later there will be a QR code that you can scan and then register it and do your application for us. Okay? So finally, we want you to know about this platform, Navarra Talent, navarratalent.com, because there it is a very interesting once you finish your career, your degree or your master, there you can apply. There we meet Navarra's company's needs for talent with people abroad, international people interested in working here in Navarra or in the sectors we are dealing with here especially. So just have a look, and we invite you to know it. And if you are ready to start working, of course, you can register. And I think that's it. Now, I will give the floor to Josecho, who's here, Juancho. But before I think we are going to watch a short video about Navarra. Okay.
Buenas tardes, Arratsaldeon. Good afternoon. We are grateful to the Department of Industry for allowing us to talk about Marca Navarra in this event. Marca Navarra is a community project of territory branding. So it's not a corporative brand of the government of Navarra, neither a touristic brand. It's a brand that could be used by every social and economic agent involved in the promotion of Navarra. And all agents should be comfortable with the brand. So how to build a brand in a land of diversity and so plenty of contrasts as Navarra? If you have moved around Navarra, you know that less than 50 kilometers northward we can find Roncesvalles, surrounded by mountains, and less than 50 kilometers southward we find Olite in a plain, surrounded by vineyards. So geographical diversity is one of our traits, and this geographical diversity has led to different ways of life, and not only geographical diversity but also linguistic diversity is a remarkable. It's very remarkable in Navarra because one of our own languages is Euskera, Basque language, probably the oldest language in Europe. Touristic brand of Navarra was built some years ago and tried to outline diversity. It was the Reino de Navarra, Tierra de Diversidad, Kingdom of Navarra, Land of Diversity. It was our touristic brand, and it's yet our touristic brand. But the two main traits of this brand are diversity and history, Reino de Navarra. Now, Marca Navarra has tried to build a brand according to personality of Navarra, so history appears again somehow as identity and legacy, but the aim was to outline territorial personality. Territorial personality of Navarra identity and legacy, history, our ancient kingdom dating from high Middle Ages, our self-government tradition, a kind of collective pride. I wouldn't say that we are proud of our history as any other country, because every country has shadows in its history, but millennial coexistence and a sense of belonging to the land has created a kind of collective pride. So this legacy is showed also in common values that all people from Navarra share. The Navarra brand building team has identified some of these common values. For instance, collaborative culture. Probably anyone has heard about auzolan. That is a Basque word referring to the sharing of community work, especially in rural areas, and not only collaborative culture, but also a kind of social closeness. Our small size, geographical proximity is related to social closeness. A land where almost everyone can cross around the streets with the mayor of the city, or especially in villages, and a kind of closeness that contributes to community, to creating community. Navarra brand as territory branding tries to outline what bring people together, and also to raise competitivity and, of course, to better positioning Navarra in Europe and the rest of the world. The result of this process was a mark, a Navarra brand, with a tagline, una forma de funcionar. This, in Basque language, gauzak egiteko dugun modua, in English, our own way. These taglines are not exactly translated, but in whole, they have two main meanings. One, that Navarra is a place where things work, and Navarra is a place with a special way of doing things. visual identity of this brand is our logotype. Well, the main logotype is Basque and Spanish names of the country with 3 diamonds in between, as you can see there. And there is also a short logo, NA, with 2 letters showing the strong or solid character of the region. The brand building team has identified 4 key areas to project Navarra. Talent, innovation and entrepreneurship, quality of life, tourism and heritage, and territorial identity and cohesion. Talent, innovation and entrepreneurship, as you have been told before, are based on education rates, university or higher education wide offer, 3 universities, technological centers, and so on, and professional education. So, industrial development has about 60 years of history in Navarra, but has reached, as you have been told, more than 30% of GDP, especially in automotive, food processing companies, with a presence of multinational companies, and technological companies. So Navarra has created a business culture, not only in companies, multinational companies, but also in social economy and other sectors. And so Navarra is a sharing knowledge ecosystem because of his commitment to technology, sustainability, and sharing knowledge practices. Another action is quality of life. Quality of life is remarkable for health and social care services, social closeness, sports and leisure facilities that help the quality of life. And during the last 16 years, Navarra is at the top position in quality life rankings, especially Spanish ranking IMCV, multidimensional quality of life indicator. The third main outline of Marca Navarra is tourism and heritage. Landscape diversity, environmental protection, historical monuments, and some intangible heritage as the Way of St. James, traditions, festivals are part of this strength of Navarra in terms of tourism and heritage. And finally, territorial identity, legacy, common good appreciation, aid workers, especially retired people, are part of the support of the brand. Marca Navarra is intended to achieve a mutual support between brand and society. Finally, although the small size of Navarra can be somehow an advantage, it's clear that we are very few in global terms, and that is why we need Navarra Ambassadors for Navarra brand and for Navarra in general. And that's, thank you.
Thank you. So now we are going to speak a little bit more about the program that we know is nearly the most interesting for all of you, which is the mentoring, the personalized mentoring program. We can sit if you want, Yolanda.
Okay.
So I will introduce to Yolanda. Yolanda is a professional, very experienced woman regarding talent and human resources. So a lot of experience regarding recruitment and interviewing people and professional careers. So she will explain to us, well, I will ask some questions to you. First, what is this mentoring program? Tell us a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. We have thought quite a lot about this program because we wanted to design something really useful for you, foreigners students. And we were thinking that when we were young, in my case, decades ago, long time ago, that when I was studying at first or 2 year of career, I don't think about the future, about the labor market, etc. I was focused on pass the exams, got good grades, etc. Having beer and wine in San Nicolas, as Miquel Gujo has told us before. But when you pass to the third or fourth course, then you realize that you are very close to the job market. And then you start to think about, oh my goodness, how can I get my job? What kind of sectors are interesting for me? What industries would be interesting? How can I face a recruitment interview, for instance? And then thinking about that, we thought that the mentoring program could be a very good solution for all of you, foreigners students, to giving some support, some help about how to face the labor market here in Navarra. And the program that we have defined is very specific, consisting 4 individual hours with professional mentors who goes to share quality time with you, talking about things interesting like how to face, again, an interview in a recruiting process, or giving some advice about how to publish your CV, for instance, if going directly to LinkedIn or sending your CV to several webs, etc. So this program will be 4 individual sessions with professionals. These sessions will take part since February to May, and the hour and the date and the place will be something chosen and decided between the mentor and the student.
Okay, so you have already finished. Everything is said. Anyway, something about the profile of the mentors. We have already chosen for the program.
Yes, we have chosen several mentors. They are men and women with a long and wide experience. Most of them work in human resources department, which means that they are specialized in giving advice and support about development, recruiting, identify competencies, etc. They have quite long experience, about 15 years working in these areas, and they proceed from different sectors and industries and companies, from medium and big size.
Mm-hmm. So imagine a person, a mentor, devoted to you, but not devoted, but you can answer your questions, your doubts, helping you to develop your network, your professional network, your career, and we think that can make really a big difference in your professional development. So, why should they apply for the program? It is clear, no?
Yes,
Okay.
because this is really a big gift. This is an opportunity not so easy to find. And I honestly think that this is something that you can't say no. And honestly, if I were you, I would scan the QR code after this, and I apply for the program.
Okay, maybe you have any question, you can raise your hand right now and ask for whatever you want about the program. Anyway, so I think it's okay, no?
Yeah, I
Is
think
everything clear? Hmm? Okay, so thank you very much, Yolanda. Now
You're
we
very
will
welcome.
continue. Now we have two people, Katia and Guillermo. They are going to tell us their experience. They have studied here in Navarra, both, and now they are working or in a stage here in a company in Navarra. So, Katia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Yolanda for this amazing opportunity and for the organizing team for this kind of invitation. It's truly an honor to be here today with you all and share my experience. Well, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Kaita Gutierrez Silva, and I'm a fourth-year student at the University of Navarra studying applied management. And I'm also an intern at 3P Biovian, which is a CDMO, that's a contract development manufacturing organization in the biopharmaceutical industry. I'm part of the learning and development department, that it's also part of the human and resources department in the company. And I focus by giving the training programs and by helping my superiors generating new concepts. So I'm very happy. Now I've been 1 month working with 3P Biovian, and it's definitely a culture where people are truly valued. You know, 3P means people, purpose, and passion. And well, now I would like to share my journey in Navarra. I was born and raised in Lima, Peru. Peru is an amazing country in South America. Many of you know it. It's a country with a lot of cultural background. It has an indigenous background and also a Spanish background, and a very international background as well, with other countries such as Japan, China, and a lot of European countries, but the main influence is indigenous and Spanish. And well, even though I love my country, in 2021 there was a huge political crisis. So this political crisis affected the country in different levels, especially my family. So at the time, I was living with my family, with my parents, with my dogs, going out with my friends, going out with my boyfriend, and I was living my best life. I was 18 years old. I was studying at the Universidad Católica del Perú. I was studying business management. And when the political crisis struck, I had a moment where I had to think about my future. Am I going to stay in my country, in my comfort zone, with my family, with my friends, or I'm going to think about my future and the opportunities they're going to have? Because you may be asking, why would like something that's a political crisis affect the life of a student? Well, the political crisis affected Peru's economy, and that meant that there were fewer professional opportunities for young people. So that's when I started investigating about universities that were offering bachelor's degrees in business management. And when I started looking through the rankings, the top rankings of the world, I found that the University of Navarra was offering the traditional degree in ADE, but it was also offering this new program. It's a new degree that it was launched in 2020-2021. And it's called Applied Management. It's a new degree that combines lean management with different concepts of management, that it's going to help students to work in real life with companies. So everyone asks me, what's applied management? I've never heard of it. Well, the University of Navarra, it's the only university that offers this degree. And I like to think of applied management as something more of a degree, right? Because since day one, we're working with companies, with organizations of different sectors, such as museums, then we're working with private-owned companies, and then with other government companies, and we're identifying their main processes. Also, we identify their areas of improvement, and then we propose viable solutions that are sustainable. Because we can read books and we can find all of these great concepts, right? But then in the practice, are they viable? We have to understand them and we have to select the ones that are gonna work for each company. And throughout my degree, I have learned a lot about all of the industries in Navarra, about the industries in the world. And I have even learned languages, right? Because we're prepared for the future. We're prepared to work with different businesses, with different clients of all around the world. And at 19 years old, well, now I'm 22, but when I was 19, I learned French. I started learning French, and then I started learning German. And I think that, and that's part of the degree's curriculum. So I think that that's what I love about my degree, that you're constantly learning, and then applying it. That's why it's called applied management, applying it to different companies. And that's what I'm doing at 3P Biovie, and I'm applying all of the knowledge that I've gained this past 3.5 years. And I'm also gaining a lot of valuable experience, right? Because 3P Biovie is a company that has over 300 workers. So imagine we have to identify the needs of the organization, where we have to focus the trainings and then also adapt the trainings. We are not using in real life trainings. What we do is promote online training. So we identify the needs, then we gain all of the topics that we have to teach the workers, and we put it in a virtual platform. And I think that's great for companies because they're reducing the time of the trainings, and their workers are still gaining really valuable knowledge. And when I was talking to Yolanda the other day, and I was telling her a little bit about my story, my background, I found out that I was even an ambassador of Navarra before even knowing I was about the program, right? And it's because when I came to Pamplona in 2021, once I was admitted to the degree in applied management, I was actually amazed. I was amazed by the beautiful city. I was amazed by the green areas because Lima is a big city with almost 16 million people, and there's not a lot of green areas. There's not a lot of spaces where I can go and have a free time, but also having an active life, right? And I think that coming to Pamplona was definitely a peaceful change for my life. I think that I value a lot the security that this city has, because coming from Peru, where there's a lot of security concerns, I think that having a city where I can walk at night and without worrying that something might happen to my life, I really value that. And that's why I recommended my siblings and my partner, who I'm happy to announce that they're in the audience right now, and I recommended them to come to study to Pamplona, especially to the University of Navarra, because that's the university I'm part of, and because I know that they offer a wide range of programs. And I told them about how beautiful the city is, and they're now pursuing their dreams in Navarra. And I'm happy that my experience really helped them. And I'm here also to encourage you to form part of this amazing program. I think that Navarra Ambassadors is a program where you can learn about the cultural traditions of Navarra. Also introduce yourself to the wide organizations that operate in this community, and then get to know more about the people, right? The local people, the international people. And something that I would like to give a message to the young folks and the people who are starting their professional career in Navarra is that I know as a fact that leaving your family, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Leaving your comfort zone, it's not easy. To be honest, the first week I came here, I was crying all day long because I missed my family, I missed my dogs. But I knew that at the end, everything was gonna lead me to my final goal, to finish my degree and then to introduce myself into my professional career in Navarra. And even though I spent many days crying, like when I started with the degree, I was amazed by it. I was actually amazed by it, by the methodology that the university applies. So I know that it's not easy. Also, coming from a country that is in development, I know that there's a lot of people who are not giving the same opportunities as I am giving, and that's why I'm very thankful for my parents. And even though if your parents grant you this opportunity, or the government throughout programs or through scholarships, if those opportunities are gonna lead you to your goal, take them. Like, take them. I know it's not easy. I know that it's sometimes worries to take risks, but trust me that at the end, you're gonna feel that your achievements are worth it. Like, I dream about the day that it's gonna be now sooner because I'm graduating in June. I dream about the day that I'm gonna take my degree to my parents and say, Mom, Dad, I did it. And now I'm being a professional in Navarra, and that I can, and that they can be proud of everything I've done, and that I can also be proud of everything I've done. And that's why I encourage you to take the opportunities that you're giving. Opportunities are once in a lifetime, and if you don't take them at the moment, and if you don't make the most out of them, you probably may regret it later. So I really thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me, and if you have any questions, I'm more than pleased to answer them. You also, I think you have my LinkedIn, so if you want to ask me anything else, I'm very pleased to answer all of it. And thank you again for this great invitation.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Guillermo Bautista, and I am originally from El Salvador, a country in Central America, and I'm 26 years old. Today, I want to share my experience of moving abroad and study in Navarra, adapting to a new culture, and eventually continuing my academic and professional journey here in Pamplona, in Navarra. I know that many of you may have faced or will face some similar challenges, so I hope my story can offer some insight and encouragement. For starters, leaving your home country is a big decision. It comes with a lot of excitement, but also with a lot of uncertainties. I remember when I decided to come to Spain, I had mixed emotions, enthusiasms about the new opportunities, but also a fear of stepping into the unknown. But it's natural to feel this way. But you start to wonder, will I adapt? Will I make friends? Will I succeed in my studies? But what I've learned is that we are capable of much more than what we think. Moving abroad is just not about education. It's about personal growth. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and helps you discover strengths you didn't know you had. I studied electrical engineer at Universidad Centroamericana José Simeón Cañas in El Salvador. After graduating, I worked for a year as a transmission engineer at the system operator of the Salvadorian electricity grid. I was really happy there, but I wanted to expand my knowledge. So I decided to apply for a scholarship and study abroad. Applying for a scholarship was not an easy decision, but my sister encouraged me to apply for the Fundación Carolina scholarship. And that's why I came to study to Spain. And eventually, when I completed my master's degree at UPNA in renewables energy, this opportunity was life-changing. And so that's why I decided I wanted to stay and continue my studies. Now I'm a PhD candidate, and my research focuses on the integration of renewables energies into the power grid, control of the power networks, with conductor-based devices. I felt welcome in Pamplona from the beginning. The academic environment was excellent, great professors, and it has everything I wanted. Cutting-edge research, and also a strong emphasis on innovation in the electricity sector. This journey has not only shaped my academic career, but it has also opened doors to professional opportunities in Spain. Navarra, it has a growing job market in renewables energies and technology. So it's a really great place to develop your career in here. So I encourage you to stay in Navarra. But beyond the academic, Navarra is a really great place for living. It has great history, great beautiful landscapes, and also a great quality of life. And also, I had to mention San Fermin. Long story short, it's just crazy. But let's continue. One of the biggest fears of studying abroad is the fear of feeling alone. But the reality is that there are many people living the same as you. So the friendships you create while studying are special because you share similar experiences. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to feel nervous or even scared at times. And to all of you that are international students, make the most of your time in here in Pamplona, explore the city, meet new people, experience the country, the culture, and believe in yourself. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Íñigo Arruti. I'm politician, I don't know exactly the word in English, but don't worry, I will close the meeting in a short way. So, good afternoon again. Arratsaldeon, as we said in our native language, Euskera, as Juancho told us. It's probably the oldest language in Europe. To tell you the truth, we are sure that it's the oldest one. We are proud of that. You will hear many times. But welcome to Navarra, to our community. As we conclude the meeting, we hope you have been inspired by the potential of Navarra Ambassadors program. Today we have heard a range of top leaders. Mikel, a regional minister, I work for his team, of industry, gave us the results of a study on the connection between international university students and business community in Navarra. This research directly led to the creation of the Navarra Ambassadors program. And this is the first year of the program. We also heard from Miriam, the Director of International Projection, who told you what the program has to offer you and its unique benefits. Navarra Ambassadors is designed to empower you as future leaders and connectors. Juancho from Marca Navarra presented the distinctive identity and appeal of our region and inviting you to become part of this community. As you heard, Navarra Ambassadors has mentors who will give you personal guidance and help you obtain the expertise you need and support you on your professional journey. And finally, you heard from two inspiring young professionals who, like you, once studied here, very interesting interpreters here, and you now and are now shining in the Navarra's lively business environment. And this has been our introduction, really. The Navarra Ambassadors program is your unique opportunity and as international student to learn about and to become a part of Navarra's dynamic industry and to discover Navarra's cultural and natural heritage. The program also gives you access to personal mentorship from senior professionals to guide you and to start your business career. And thirdly, the Navarra Ambassadors program provides you with a way to become a recognized ambassador for Navarra, sharing your experience and connecting with a global network. This program will equip you with the skills and connections to succeed. Some of you may want to stay here in Navarra and contribute to our vibrant economy. Be sure that you will be welcome. Others of you may dream of returning home and maybe promoting our region there. So what's the next step? If you want to embark in this journey, the QR code on the screen, it should be there. Sorry, how can I change? It will appear right now. Will take you directly to the registration page, and you can take it from there. Don't miss this opportunity to start and build up your career, to expand your global network, and to become a champion for Navarra. We look forward to getting your applications and welcoming you to the Navarra Ambassadors family. Thank you very much for your participation and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. After the meeting, we have a little drink outside, and I think that there is also something to eat and to taste. It's the opportunity to interchange your expectations and your experience here in Navarra. So we'll speak outside. Thank you very much.